Hello, everyone. I'll be right there. It's funny. The energy's buzzing. I'm buzzing. I'm feeling so good. Really good. Here we go. All right. Everyone, take a deep breath. Like, really take a deep breath. I've been sitting here for a minute, just allowing deep breaths. I put up our protection. We are ready to go. I'm actually just gonna check the sound levels here. Yeah, we're good. All right, the music was on. All right, we're good. You know, there is a beautiful buzz on this planet of positivity. And I know there's a lot of people out there that would disagree with me. But I bet people on the call, we feel it. You feel it. You feel that all this stuff that's taking place on this planet is for the good of the planet. And some of us have done this in other lifetimes on other planets, and you just know it's all going to be okay. That's this knowing I have in every cell of my body. We got this. And when you connect to yourself and you do a call like this, if you deep breathe during the day, you do your affirmations, you connect to Mother Earth, you be thankful and grateful for this beautiful planet, and you reconnect with that divinity within you, that's what we're talking about. That calmness comes over you. And I know there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff right now. And I think today we're just going to go with the flow and chat. But I want to thank you for coming to the call. I know there's the regulars and they're usually all in the chat, but I do get emails from people saying, hey, I don't join your chat, but I do join your calls as a silent person. I do love the calls and they're helping me through so many things. I know my mom pops on the calls as well, and she doesn't know how to do the chat, which is completely fine, but it's people of all ages are jumping on these calls and allowing that energy to fulfill their homes, their bodies. And I think it's not just the physical and emotional and mental healing that we get personally. I think it's the fact that we know we are holding the space and sending the love and light to so many people on this planet that need it the most. And when others on the planet are going through what they're going through, I'm not a news watcher, but I know enough of what's going on because it's been bombarded from all these different sources. I usually see something I don't love, and I take a moment and I send them love, and I know it works and I know it helps. And these types of calls gives us this compassionate action where we can hold the space, we can hold the love, we can send the love to those people that can't because their concerns are getting food or water or shelter or worrying about their families. So it's almost like, we're all in this together because the breath they're taking 48 hours, we're breathing in the same air. We share the molecules of air, we share the molecules of water, we share planet Earth because we're all one and we share a human consciousness. And there's a lot going on in the human consciousness. There are a lot of beautiful things happening on this planet, and there are a lot of things that are on the total opposite of that. But when we're looking at all these things, everything is from divinity. Nothing can be left out. That includes you. You cannot be left out by the love of God. So if you're one of those people that can love and love and love everything and everything, but don't know how to love themselves, we need to bring that love to you. Because the way we hold the light on this planet is through our self-love. When we start to learn to really love ourselves, that love of God penetrates every cell so you can love everything and everyone unconditionally. And I know there's a lot of people going through their personal healings where they're letting go past trauma from this lifetime and other lifetimes. Some people like, this isn't mine. I'm holding on ancestral things that they're releasing. So it could be this lifetime, past life, ancestral wounds, parallel lives, future lives. When you're going through something and it feels really uncomfortable, breathe through it, acknowledge it. You don't have to understand it. and ask for that love of God to help you heal through it. We are being guided and supported to heal more than ever before. And for those of you who are feeling that energy right now, there is something big going to happen, right? And when I say big, it doesn't mean big and scary. It just means big. And we've been saying this since 2020. For those of you, and I know there's some here that have been on the calls for about 3 years now, and I've been, guys, something big's going to happen, or, oh, we're coming closer to the end of it. We're still in it, and we're still saying another big thing's coming. We are in human evolution. We're in the ascension process. It is the most exciting time to be on planet Earth. Not only do we choose to come, the many of us that say, oh my gosh, I don't want to be here, we're the ones that were probably the most eager to be here at this time. This is a phenomenal time in the galaxy that's going on planet Earth. We are on a planet that has gone to the darkest of the dark. And we're seeing that right now. We're still in it. Like, we're kind of going, like, right now we're in the battle between the light and the dark. But what's happening is Mother Earth, human consciousness, has agreed to shift out of it. Now, with that shifting out of it, and it's actually really cool because planet Earth has gone through shifts before, but humans didn't come along with her. So she takes monitoring of human consciousness. Are they ready to go? And usually every 5,000 years, there's this big wipeout of humanity. Well, this is the next 5,000 years. I think we're at 25,000, but so another 5,000. But when she gauged us in I think it was 1987, and then again to 2000 and 2012, she's gauged us, said, hey, human consciousness is high enough that we're going to bring humans along. So there's not going to be any great, destroying of Earth. That's not going to, or humanity on Earth. That's not going to happen. We made it. We're on uncharted territories. Extremely exciting times. Because if you were born before 2012, we didn't know we were going to make it. We knew we had a possibility. We were being born in this lifetime with a possibility that we might go through the ascension process. Any child born after 2012 knew they were going through it, so they already have all these upgrades. And for anyone who has a young child right now, you're going to see they're pretty magnificent, and they're pretty set in their ways, and they love to use the word no, because they know what they want. And no matter what you say to these kids, they're like, no, they're going to get their way, because they're ready for this new energy. The neat thing is, us, who were born before 2012, we have these light codes because we came in saying, hey, we might go through this process. So if we're going to go through it, we need to be ready. And what is happening right now is our light codes are being activated. So a lot of people are becoming more sensitive to energy. Our hearts are opening up. You're almost like feeling very connected to some people in your life, where you almost can feel, their thoughts. It's pretty neat how, some people are starting to feel energies around them. It's really neat, and sometimes a little scary for some people, and sometimes a little uncomfortable as you're going through these upgrades. So there's been a recent full moon, which was beautiful, by the way. And now we're going to an eclipse that's happening on April 8th, I believe. So there's this, if you can feel it, the energy is very intense. What happens with me, and I just get an internal, like I have a thermos inside. And I remember one time thinking, oh, I must be, having hot flashes. But the solar flares, these energies from the universe, can give you a very heating in the core, which can be very uncomfortable. Drinking lots of water helps. Some people have brain fog. Some people are saying that they feel dizzy or just unsettled. They're not grounded. They're lightheaded. Some people are having stomach pains. Some people are having headaches. Some people are having old wounds coming up. I've had many people saying, hey, I was in a car accident 30 years ago and the same knee is hurting like it did 30 years ago. Why is it hurting out of the blue suddenly? Or I fell off my motorcycle and hurt a shoulder and that wound is coming up. A lot of old wounds are coming up for healing right now, and that's physical wounds, emotional wounds, traumas. Why? Because the energy on this planet is helping us heal, and everybody's healing is specific to them. So, what you're going through might not be the same thing as someone in your family. It might not be anyone in your family, because you might be the more open one, the more that person working more consciously on themselves. Now, what you might notice is, let's say you live in a family where there are some closed-minded people. Nothing wrong. That's just part of their journey. You can't force where they're at. Thing is, this energy can actually irritate people. So for some of us, we might feel more emotional and we're crying as we're releasing things, or we're having old memories. And some people are having memories of past lives on other planets, which is really cool, right? Because a lot of us have karma from planet Earth, but also other planets. So some people are having dreams where they're in a different world where they don't recognize, or they look down and their feet and hands don't look like what they look like today. And they're like, why am I seeing this? Was it a movie I saw as a kid? It might just be a past life. Do we have to fully understand it to heal? No. The most important life is the one you're living today. And why? Because as you heal, you're healing your past lives, your future lives, your parallel lives, your in-between states, and the now. Now is the most important moment. And how do you keep this moment moving forward? You want to stay in present moment. You don't want to get in the drama of, oh my gosh, what's coming? What's coming? It was a lot of people are wondering what's coming, what's coming. And there's a lot of things on YouTube right now. If you start putting in, you'll see, wake up, urgent message, do this, do that. It can be scary for a lot of people. The trick is, it's a very simple trick, but it's one of the hardest things to do, because we're human. We have duality right now in this 3D expression that we're in, this 3D plane. We're kind of in a lower matrix, and we're living in this program of things, kind of lies, I guess, illusions. So it's really hard. You just can't wake up from the illusion very quickly, because if you do, you're going to get confused. You still want to know, hey, my name is Brenda, this is what I do. I know how to use a computer. I know how to drive to the store. I know how to drive a car. We need that, right? This is a beautiful world. We still need to enjoy it. If suddenly I woke out of the illusion, I wouldn't know who I was. I could be very confused. So we know this lifetime the most because it's most important. If we knew all our lifetimes, we'd be very confused. Although there's no such thing as time or space. Everything's kind of happening all at once, which is kind of hard to wrap your head around. But focus on you. And where you are is perfect and evolving. So once you stop putting out that urgency that I need to be here instead of here. So you take a deep breath and say, I love you. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I came here with a mission. I came here, and I may not know my mission, but don't say you don't know your mission. I always say, I know my mission. And then what happens is you start to align to your mission, because when you want something, you're always going to want it. So just say, I know what my mission is. I know why I'm here. And then live your life to the best of your ability in the highest possible way. And slowly you're going to start shedding those traumas, that darker energy, the interferences, bringing more light, and you're going to start to align with that soul purpose that's already there. So I know a lot of people are struggling, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm behind schedule. You're not behind schedule. Where you are is perfect and evolving. Sometimes we take wrong turns in life. But are they really wrong turns? No. They were experiences to get us where we are today. When I look at my past and I look at all the wrong turns I took, I see the blessings and the learnings in all of them. I see the people who hurt me and how blessed I was to be hurt by them because of what they taught me. A lot of the people that irritate us the most, get under our skin, hurt us the worst, are contracts that we made. And it's really interesting because I listen to a lot of near-death experiences. And, there's so many different ones out there, but there's this one that really resonated with me where this guy had a very horrible life, very abused in many different ways. And he had a near life death experience, near death, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. And on the other side, his best friend on the other side, a soul that loves him so much, said, "Hey, I was the one that played that part who hurt you. Did I do a good enough job? Did you learn the lesson?" And he said, "Oh my gosh, you played it so well." When we're in our 3D reality, the people that hurt us the most can be our best friends on the other side that chose to play that role for us so we could learn lessons. So sometimes when we get really irritated with people, I always think, oh, on the other side, I know everybody. So I talk to their higher selves a lot. And I'll say, you know what? I want to thank you so much. I don't go to those people who hurt me and say, hey, thanks for doing that. I really enjoyed being treated like that. I'll talk to their higher selves and say, I've made amends with it. I want to thank you for the learning lessons. And when I see that person, I don't necessarily go for more abuse or more whatever. I, send them love. They're out of my life. But I understand the lessons and I thank them at a higher level for doing what they've done. Once you start to look at life in that broader perspective, it's so much easier to forgive yourself and forgive others. And in this ascension process, as we're moving towards it, we're not going to be magically beamed up to a 5D reality. Yes, we do have the support of extraterrestrials. It's my perception that we're all in our own ascension process, and we have to go through the learnings, we have to go through the healings on an individual level. But as we're doing individually, we're also helping the human collective. So we're kind of breaking or leading the way for others to follow. Just as there's a lot of healers out there's a lot of spiritual people who are, I would say, much more ahead. They've been doing this for 50 years, let's say, and they've been making the way a little bit easier for us to go through. So the more of us that hold the light and dissolve the darkness is making it easier for the ones to come after us. And we just kind of, one light bulb opens another one, or you have the popcorn effect. One person lights up and they light up others. How does that happen? Sometimes just being in the presence of people, because your vibration, your light quotient actually will dissolve darkness of people around you. They might start to vibrate higher, and they're like, this is all subconscious. They're not natural. Most people are not feeling it, let's say, directly. But when they go home, they're lighter. They're different. Their hearts are now easier to open because your light helped dissolve some of that resistance in their field. So as you go to the supermarket, or as you are going to work, or as you're living life in traffic, and you're doing all these things, you're living, and you are living your truth. So you are a light worker in everything you do. So it doesn't matter what job you're doing. It doesn't matter where you're going. You hold that light and hold it bright, because this is the most powerful thing you can do. And the dark energy of this planet does not like it. Why? Because the more lighter you are, it just runs, because it knows it cannot fight the light, because we don't fight. I get, sometimes some people coming at me say, okay, give it to me and see what I give you back. And I'm just like, I have nothing to prove. I don't fight. I just be who I am. I be the light. I don't fight, just be the light. Look at that, right? So that's what we do. We hold the light. We lead by example. And you don't have to defend yourself. Some people will say, well, this, and they want to go at you. I have no reason to defend myself. I know my truth. I know why I'm here. I know what I need to do. I'm not going to defend that to anybody. So you're always going to have people who challenge you. Let them challenge you, but don't need to engage in it. Let them, say their piece. I'm not saying be a doormat. There's that fine line. I know a lot of us are pleasers and will be that doormat, but there's a lot of you out there I know that are learning. I am not a doormat. And if someone in your life is not treating you well, you don't have to fight with them, but you don't have to give them that time of day either, right? You do you. You love yourself. You look in the mirror and say, I love you so much. I look in the mirror nowadays and I can say, Brenda, I love you so much, and I mean it. Whereas years ago, I couldn't even look at myself in the eye. And I know I give that exercise to a lot of clients. Look in the mirror. I'll give it to all of you. Look in the mirror and say, I love you so much. And what usually happens is you start to well up with tears, because you're breaking resistance. And sometimes when somebody tells you something and you start to feel it and you feel the tears well up, or you hear a song and you feel it, you look in the mirror and you say, I love you, and you start to cry or you have tears. What that is breaking a negative pattern, is breaking resistance. Tears are beautiful. I don't want you walking around crying every day, but it's okay to let those tears out when they need to come out. And sometimes when you're really going through shifts, there's a lot of tears that come out. I remember I've had years of am I ever going to stop crying? Because you never cry, then you just can't stop. It's just releasing all of that negative energy. It's going to release how it needs to. I have people that say that they're throwing up, they have diarrhea, they are crying. It's purging. It's purging the darkness. Or they burp, or they do this, or they do that. That's just allowing that energy to leave. And once that dark energy leaves, what happens? Love replaces it. What happens? Your love quotient goes up and your light quotient goes up. And then what happens? You're lighting up the world. And today when we do these calls, what happens? We're all coming together. I love these calls. I actually really look forward to them. Sometimes Tuesdays come very quickly. It's like, it's Tuesday again. And then sometimes when I really need the recharge, I'm like, Tuesday's not coming fast enough. I need it now. But they're coming quick, and time is accelerated and thoughts are accelerated. So the next thing, you want to stay in high vibration. And you want to stay in positive thoughts, positive actions, positive words. It is very hard to do all three. Now, I read lots of books. I can't stop reading books. I read them and sometimes they really resonate with me. And I just know what they're saying is down to the truth. It's amazing. But one guy recently said, even if you have 5% of your day focusing on something negative, well, you're going to bring that negative thing into your life. And it's 5%. For some people, staying positive for 95% of the day is pretty tough. Now you're saying 5% is going to bring in negativity, but he had the right, he was onto something. Because when you're focusing on that negative thing, it's usually with passion, because you're really fearful of something, or you're really frustrated about something, or you're really worried about something. So the universe, the way this world works, reading your vibration, right? So if you are focusing on 5% of negativity, something you're worrying about, it's so passionate, it's reading that vibration, you're actually going to manifest that faster because of that. So you do want to, if you're noticing that you're stuck on a certain topic or a negative thought or a worry, really sit with it and maybe bring that up today. Actually, bring that up today. Let's dissolve that worry, that negative thought, that pattern that just keeps coming up over and over and over. Because we want to just add light to that. So when you are worrying or coming up, you're aware of it. Key is being aware. Because what happens is when we're getting into a worry, we get wrapped up in the worry. All of a sudden, an hour of your day has gone into that worry. And you kind of lost yourself. How many people will say, I don't even know where I was for the last little bit. And sometimes I kind of get a little bit I kind of live too high sometimes, and it's not good because I'm in a 3D world. So I'm supposed to live in the 3D world. But it's so fascinating. I can do something and I don't even remember doing it. Like, where were you? So I kind of go in and out of, I'm kind of, say, talking to my guys. I forget 3D world. So my task right now is let's master the 3D world and stay here as much as possible. It's difficult, right? I love to be up there instead. But you don't want to be like an escape in worry, because when you're worrying, you're bringing attention to it. So you're creating that. So let's bring attention to your worry, because when you're aware that I'm in worry, at least you can do something to break it. So there's a toolbox. What can you do to break the worry? You can say affirmations, saying affirmations out loud. There are simple things like everything's working out for me. Everything's working out for me. Everything's working out for me. You just keep saying that. Everything's working out. It's very light. You're not saying you're perfect. You're not saying everything's done, because some people have a hard time lying with affirmations. But everything's working out for me, or everything's getting better and better. Everything's getting better and better. Just keep saying that. Another one is using the Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. Whenever you find yourself in that worry, in that anxiety, like what's happening in the future, what's going to happen, they keep saying 2024 is going to be a shocking year. And that's all over the internet. Some of those thumbnails are like, whoa. I just look at them like, oh, I don't want to listen to that. But what they're trying to say is, yes, there are changes in the world happening. Yes, there might be things that are shocking, but aren't they already? There's so much happening on the planet that is kind of shocking. I mean, we're in a war. That's shocking. There's wars on the planet. That just blows my mind. But then I understand why. It's like, oh, it was funny. I'm just going to give an example because I just heard this recently. So it's like a pimple. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's such a simple thing. A pimple, it says negative energy just exploding. So you have this planet with all these boils or pimples, and they're all just exploding, and that's the negative energy coming to the surface. I'm like, okay, that's kind of a weird analogy, but it kind of put this vision in my head and brought a little smile on my face. So that's what's happening. The negative energy is coming to the surface. It's coming to the surface. And what's happening? We're like going, wow, what is going on in the planet? And everything's supposed to be shocking and this and that. But if you have that internal peace, there can be chaos all around you, but you hold that peace, because when you hold that connection with your divinity, your higher self is going to guide you to the next best step for you. And then you're going to have this inner peace that's all going to be okay, because everything's going to be okay. We're going through this shift of purging the darkness from this planet. And we have a personal choice. Do you want to go to the ascension process? Do you choose love, compassion, joy, happiness, all that good stuff? Now, there are some on this planet that are not choosing that. That is their free will, and they will go a different way. We don't have to really get into that, but there's a lot of stuff on YouTube if you want to know. If you really want to know, I can, I should make a video and then I'll have it unlisted. And anybody who wants to know more, I'll say, okay, watch this video, but I won't put it to the public, because not everyone's ready to hear that next step. But we're going to meet you where you're at. And that's all where you need to be. Because if you understand that love is the answer, the love is the answer. That unconditional love is the answer. When you hold that love and you walk down the street, negativity is going to run away from you. They're just bullies, and bullies don't like the light. Right? So you hold your light, you stay in your power, and you have those negative thoughts, ask Archangel Michael, ask your angel, ask anything that you believe in. Say, please dissolve this negative thought. I am protected, I am connected, and I know we're going to be okay. So there's things in your toolbox you can use. You can use EFT, emotional tapping, that very, very powerful. There's other balancings. You can ground yourself, talk to Mother Earth, hug a tree. Trees are 5D. They hold a lot of energy. So if you hug a tree, you might feel that energy. there's so many little things you can do. Read a book. Actually, I'm putting a list of all my favorite books out there, and it's going to have kind of beginners and more advanced stuff. But you know what? Audible is so cool. Not that I'm a promoter of Audible, but I love it because you can sample the way it listens if you hear it. Sometimes you like the author, the way the speaker, and sometimes you don't. So do you want to buy the book? Don't want to buy the book? But I love Audible. I love buying books as well, but Audible allows me to listen whenever I'm driving, whenever I'm doing whatever I'm doing. So I can get through a lot of books. So there's so many. You choose what you listen to. Turn off the news. You don't want that negativity. Stop watching horror movies. Stop watching anything negative. Only allow positivity to come into this field. Why? Because this is your temple. This is your temple. Your house is your temple. Your body is your temple. So say no to the dark energy and allow the love to come in. And today we're going to allow the love to come in. So we're going to get started. If I start up again, we're going to keep going with talking, and we really want to get into the healing part. So I'm going to start playing the music, and let's let this love really accelerate because it's very strong today. All right. So again, as always, I'm going to make sure the volume of the music is okay. It seems a bit loud, actually. What was I doing on my computer? All right, hold on. I'm going to go bring it down a bit. And now I'm going to talk, and let me know if the balance between my voice and the music is good. You don't want to strain to hear my voice, but I'd like the music in the background. And I'm going to drink while I get some feedback. So thank you. Okay, what's too low? The music? All right, I'm assuming the music's too low. So I'm going to go back to the music and put it back up. It seemed very high on my end, sorry. Okay, now I have the music going on and my voice. It was better before. Oh no, now I'm very confused. So I'm gonna have some tea and I clap my hands. Now let me know. All right, Amanda says it's perfect. Lynn says it's perfect. Sounds good to me. I'm not picky. Perfect. Good balance. All right, everyone. I love the not picky. I'm not picky either, so we're good. All right, I'm drinking my throat tea because I talk too much. And let's start pulling in this love, everyone. So I want you to get comfortable. You can either fall asleep. Thank you, Richard. You can either fall asleep, lay down, sit down. If you don't like the music and you don't like my talking, or you're busy doing stuff and you can't hear, but you want the energy to flow, just turn off the volume. You don't even need it on. The energy is going to work regardless. All right? And allowing some deep breaths. I'm gonna, I can feel all of you. I can feel me. And I'm like, whoa, very beautiful. So allowing deep breaths. I'm not going to tell you how to breathe, but I do want you taking deep breaths in, bringing in the air to the tension in your body, moving around where necessary, and then exhaling. And during this time, I would like you to think or ask any worry that seems to be repeating itself lately, whether it's worrying about the future, your job, your children, your stability, your finances, your health. If there's a constant nagging, a constant fear, anxiety that's coming up, bring it to the forefront. I want you to feel it. Where do you feel that in your body? Just for a second, just think about it. If you can feel where it comes from your body, and you might not, and that's okay, breathe in and ask that energy to flow to that area of your body. But we're also going to be asking your guides, because your higher self is in control here, to bring it to the surface if it's something that you're ready to release, if it's something that you can release 100%. But if you can't, or if it's not ready, then you can ask for whatever percentage of that issue you can release today. Allow it to release. We always allow healings to be guided by your higher self, because releasing too much is never a good thing. So that's why your higher self is in charge. These beautiful beings of light are surrounding you. You're in your own octahedron of love, in your own protection. And as these beings of light are working with you, and you're starting to release negativity and allow the light in, this is an individual healing. Nothing you release is going to bother anyone else. It's going to leave the earth plane. But imagine these beings of light are supporting you and loving you as you're releasing this really big pattern of thoughts that keeps coming up. But we're not limiting it to that worry. We are going to release and heal whatever's ready today, at the physical level, the emotional level, the mental level. Whatever is coming up, whether you know about it or don't know about it, don't understand it, you don't have to know where it's from. You can just get into that receiving mode, the receiving mode of allowance, of giving permission to the healing you're currently in. Anchoring yourself, breathing in, allowing. It's almost like they're doing a scan of your full energetic system. And those cell memories, those traumas, those experiences that weren't so nice are starting to come to the surface for release. Whether they're from this present life, from your childhood, from a past life, a future life. It could be something you're holding for your ancestors, your family constellation issues. And sometimes it's negativity that perhaps somebody passed along to us on purpose. We're going to identify, and we don't have to do this mentally, our guides are doing this. We're asking them to identify any negativity, any interference that is up for healing today. Whether it's seen or unseen, hidden all levels, step aside. So sometimes these things jump out of the dimension because they don't want to be seen. We're calling them all back. No running away. Everything must be identified. Whatever is in this layer for release today is going to be released today. And you're going to feel that love. Some of you are feeling tingling sensations. Some might be seeing old memories as a movie, colors, white light, a weaving of energy, feeling cold and warm. Whatever you're experiencing, and if you're not experiencing it, still happening, not to worry. Sometimes our sensitivities are not there, and that's okay. I was like that for many years, but there's so much happening in your field that you might not know. And we don't always need to know. We just need to allow. If any tears are coming up, or even some pains in the heart, I'm feeling a pain in my heart right now. Just allow it to come to the surface. Just breathe through it. You're completely safe. You're completely protected. And this beautiful healing today is going to release from your system what's no longer needed. And this beautiful love and light coming straight from divinity is going to replace it, increasing your light quotient, bringing peace and calm to every cell. We're putting in a special request today to start to calm their nervous system, releasing post-traumatic stress from any traumas you've been through. You want to anchor in this love very deep within every cell. You deserve to be so at peace, so protected, so loved, so healthy, so happy, so joyful, so brilliant. Because you are a magnificent being of light. And your auric fields are being cleared from any interference. And your chakras are being cleared front and back and balanced. And your meridian systems are being unknotted so they're flowing so beautifully. And for some of you, you might have already floated away into a meditation and you're floating in the stars. And it feels so beautiful with this warm energy wrapped around you. Some of you always tell me, oh, I just fell asleep. You just got out of the way, and that's completely fine. There is no right or wrong. The way we heal is the way we heal. And if you're feeling any anxiety, just breathe into that area or tension and just allow it to go. And if you need to cry, just let those tears go. Let that old energy leave. Let those old negative patterns break away. And if there's anybody you feel you need to forgive based on that worry or anxiety that keeps coming up in your world, in your life, in your thoughts, send them forgiveness. A lot of people that hurt us are unconscious they're even doing it. They're just interfered with and confused. May they find their light. May they find their connection. But in the meantime, let's just send them some positive energy and forgiveness, and then forgive yourself. Because I want you to know where you are is perfect and evolving. And anything that you might be having a hard time forgiving of yourself, you just need to let it go. In the scheme of things, it's not a big deal. Allowing that light to penetrate every cell. That cell memories, the negativity are leaving, is dissolving, is transmuting, is being replaced and surrounded by this beautiful light. You're glowing in white light. You're feeling your magnificence and connection. And at this point, you're like, I don't want to leave this feeling. It feels so good. Why does it feel good? Because you're feeling your true magnificence. You're feeling that part of you that knows who you truly are. You're feeling loved by the Creator because you're always loved by the Creator. And you're allowing that love to penetrate so deep. And we're breaking cords and hooks and broadcast messages and all that interference you no longer need. And we're going to strengthen that connection to your higher self so it can guide you into those next best things. And as this healing is continuing, we're going to start bringing that energy into your home. You can imagine this beautiful wave of energy weaving through every bit of your home, being made available to all of your family, your pets, or any friends there. Again, we always make the energy available. We can't force it on anyone. And as your healing continues, at this time, if you have any special intentions of anyone you'd like to send this energy to, please do it now. And know that that energy is encompassing them, weaving there, all around them, available for them to heal at whatever they need tonight. And imagine anyone you're worried about doing and being the best version of themselves. Picture them laughing and running and happy and joyful. Picture yourself like that, happy, healthy, jumping with joy, energized, excited, inspired, connected. Some of you might start feeling the whales and dolphins that have joined this healing. There's tremendous healing energy here tonight. We have so much support from the other side, so many beings of light here with us today, working on your healing, replacing dense energy with love. Your cells might be vibrating right now in excitement. We're asking your immune systems to heighten up, to work at a highest percentage possible. The average human uses 30% of their innate smart system. Let's move yours up to 60, 70%. You can even ask for higher. And once that immune system is kicked in, it's looking all over, it's working. Your health is improving. You can feel that excitement in every cell as it's healing. You know, every cell of your body wants to be with it. So you want to love every cell of your body. You want to thank your body for being here. This is your temple, your vessel on this planet. You want to love it and care for it and talk to it and foster this beautiful relationship with it. We want to thank Mother Earth for having us here, for bringing us along on this ascension journey, for allowing us to awaken, open our hearts, and see what's really going on this planet. But we know we're important. We're that puzzle piece that is so important in that puzzle. That we matter and our thoughts matter. And our light matters. And we are loved beyond measure. You can feel that love running through your entire system. Right down to your red blood cells and your white blood cells and your bones and your bone marrow and all of your organs. And we're balancing the polarity of your organs. Your brain matter, your hair, your skin, your connective tissue, your veins, your arteries, all of that is getting this infusement of love. And any interference is being removed, dissolved, and replaced with this beautiful, powerful love and light. This beautiful calmness is coming through you, this peace. I want you to remember the peace you're feeling at this time. I want you to anchor it in, knowing you can grab onto it, tap into it anytime you need. You have the power to connect directly to the divinity within you at any time of the day. And as your healing continues, we're going to start with an intention that this beautiful, intense, loving energy, you can imagine it, a beam of light leaving your heart. And all of that light is collecting into this one huge, massive beam of light that is now going to be sent out to all of the planet and all of the life on this planet, opening the hearts of so many, bringing peace and comfort and compassion and joy to all of our brothers and sisters all these other humans that are versions of us, as we're all one. May they feel this love. May they know they're connected. May they know their magnificence. This love and light is infusing every air molecule, every water molecule, through the oceans and the rivers and all the water systems, through all the different landscapes, bringing love to all the marine life and animal life and humans and trees and plants, things that we don't understand, don't know, that everything's being encompassed with this beautiful light. You can almost imagine planet Earth glowing with this beautiful love. It's being sent to all areas, to the lightest parts of the earth, to the darkest. The light is shining so very bright. And as this beautiful energy is infusing Mother Earth, it is now starting to extend out, further out, and further out into the universe and galaxy and multiverse, to the stars and the planets, to the beautiful beings of light that are helping us. We're all in this together, and we're all being wrapped and loved by this beautiful universal love. This God energy, our Creator's energy, that is the most powerful energy on earth, replacing any negativity with its beautiful, powerful light. And the beautiful thing is, even though this meditation is slowly coming to an end, this energy will not end. You will be infused with it for days to come. Give yourself allowance to heal at the physical, mental, and emotional level, replacing negative thoughts with thoughts of love, inspiration, excitement, peace, and compassion. And this energy is for you to tap in into any time. Just take a moment during the day, tap into the energy, and then send it out again. And imagine all the peace it's bringing, the compassion it's bringing, the healing it's bringing. I'm always told, I'm always kind of guided to say that we'll never really understand the impact that we make when we do these calls. It goes beyond words. They are powerful. It is healing. You're making a difference in the lives of yourself, your family, your friends, humanity, planet Earth, and beyond. Feel your magnificence. Know your magnificence. Breathe in that magnificence and anchor it into every cell of your body. And for anyone who wants to stay in this meditation, you can simply just hang up and base in it for the night. But know in the morning it's still going to be there, and the next night it's still going to be there, doing whatever you need at this time. And for the rest of us, we might want to start wiggling our bodies to bring us back. You're slowly coming back, and many people don't come back until the bowl comes on, and that's a-okay. You're going to slowly bring down the music. You're going to play that singing bowl, and what that does is helps us process some of that energy, some of that healing, bringing us back, grounding us back, healing at different levels. And even though the sound bowl may not sound perfectly through this, its intention works just the same. Holding that love deep within your hearts. Breathing in, allowing the light. All right, everyone, that was very beautiful. Thank you so much for joining. It's all of our energy combined that makes these calls so powerful. So thank you for joining. We'll see you again next Tuesday. And if you're one of those people who likes to watch the replay, know that when you do that, the next layer is going to go. So you can watch it as many times as you want. It was very beautiful. Thank you everyone for joining. I'm still buzzing, and kind of that caveat that I let people know is if you do feel dizzy after these types of healings, you may want to stomp your feet on the ground. You may want to connect to Mother Earth and ask her to ground you. Drink water, wiggle your toes. There's a lot of energies, like I said, with the full moon that we just had, the eclipse that's coming. So if you do feel like those things I was saying that you might feel uncomfortable, just, don't worry about it. Just that's an upgrade happening. And I guess be thankful that we're evolving and moving into such an exciting time. If you have any questions or anything like that, you feel free to text me or email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you again, and I'll see you again next Tuesday. All right. Good night, everyone.